have ignition sequence start. The engines are on. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Common Senseless Podcast starts now. Welcome back to the Common Senseless Podcast. I'm your host, Dustin Depperschmidt, and I am just overwhelmed by some of the great things that are happening with the Common Senseless Podcast this year. I have had listeners from Oklahoma, Texas, New York, Kansas, California, Tennessee, Nebraska, Missouri, Georgia, Illinois, Ohio, Washington, Colorado, Indiana. Get this. We've had 3 different countries listen in: Morocco, Canada, and Bulgaria. I'm blown away. This is bigger than I ever thought it could be, and we're so excited. Today's episode is titled Cartoons and Candy. So, for those of you who don't already know, my wife and I just became new parents. Our firstborn, Dax Depperschmidt, was born on October 10th of 2011, and we have had our eyes opened to so many things since then. Our world really has changed, and one thing that we found kind of disturbing was the cartoons and the books and the entertainment that's out there for children these days. It's way different from when we were little. You know, when I was little, my favorite cartoons were Batman and Ninja Turtles and Superman, action heroes. You know, like there was always a good guy fighting evil and saving the day. That's not what cartoons are like today. It's really, they're just kind of weird. A lot of them don't really have a point. There's just like weird animals walking around saying things that are mostly adult humor, and kids love it. But I don't really get it. It's the message that a lot of these cartoons have are that kids, you are smarter than your parents. You have to, you are smarter than your parents, and so it's your obligation to show your parents where they're wrong. And there's a huge there's a lot out there that's there's an agenda to all of the cartoons and all of the kids related media, and you can turn on your TVs to Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network for about 45 minutes and you'll pick up on it. But what really has me frustrated is what do I do? Because there's nothing out there for people that are like-minded with me and my wife who are more conservative, have strong Christian values. What is the healthy alternative to offer our kids? Well, we kind of looked into it, and really there's nothing out there. So what do? Do you show your kids these 1980s cartoons? I mean, I started recording Looney Tunes, so there will be something for him to watch when he gets older. Looney Tunes were just good-natured fun. There was, I don't think that that's the right answer, though. There's a disconnect, because this isn't 1980. This isn't I think the Looney Tunes came out in the 30s. So this isn't the 30s or there's a disconnect between what I want for my son and what is available for my son. And it's really got me thinking, what do we do about this? There's one cartoon that I'd like to talk about in particular, and it's called Johnny Test. And this one actually made me pretty mad because the dad in this cartoon is just an absolute idiot, and the kid knows it. So they put the kid in his room, and he just leaves. And so they put him in like a little makeshift prison, and he's sitting there, and he's like, oh man, this stinks, you know, how am I gonna save I guess the government had made like a clone of him, which was, you know, kind of weird to begin with. But he's like, how am I going to stop this evil clone if I'm in this little makeshift prison? And he's like, oh yeah, my dad made this prison. So then he just opens the door and walks out. And this happens a series of times. And like the third time, like the prison keeps getting like a little bit like more and more advanced, but every time the kid remembers, oh yeah, my dad made this, and it's like an easy out. I think that's, I mean, as a dad, obviously, that one was the one that made me the maddest. But I watched hours and hours and hours of cartoons and any kind of children's media that's out there today, and all of it's kind of got this underlying message of you're smarter than your parents. And I don't get it. I don't get why it's out there. Honestly, I don't care. I don't want my kid to watch it. So what do? I mean, I decided to get proactive. So the Common Senseless team has put their minds together, and we've come up with what we think is a start to the answer. In no means is this the absolute answer, but it's the start to an ultimate goal. And we will be releasing our first children's book this year, 2012, The Adventures of Dax. Yeah, I know. It's titled after my son, but what can I say? I like him. Anyway, we are so pumped up about this because it'll be a cutting edge, hopefully. I mean, we're gonna do everything. It's gonna be iPhone apps. It's gonna be, you know, get it on your iPad. We'll have books. We'll have websites where kids can get on and have interactive online time, because honestly, that's the future. Kids don't really read books anymore as much as they are on your iPhone. They're on your iPad. We're trying to think, what is the future? We will have actual books, but we're thinking outside the box here a little bit, and we want something that's going to connect with today's young kid, not just some cheesy, you know, book that really doesn't make sense. But there's going to be, I know in the first book we've already completed the message behind the book. There's always something that they learn that has biblical principles. It's biblical based media for young kids, and I'm going to tell you guys, the vision for Common Senseless, it started out a podcast. The sky is the limit. We're dreaming big here, and we're so excited. My team and I are working on a series of different things, youth-based books on common sense, and we're going to do an entire series coming up, hopefully in the next 6 or 7 months, about my first nonfiction book that's going to be called The Fall of the Family Unit, and that's in the works. I'm not going to put a release date on that, but it's just so exciting what God's doing here with what started as a podcast is turning into a ministry. And I know there's people that are out there that are thinking just like me. What do we do? Can we do something different that isn't cheesy? Why does everything that seems to be titled Christian seem so cheesy? I mean, there's stuff out there, but it's like, yeah, it was cool in 1987, but it's 2012 now. So we've got to do something different. And like I said, this is a first small step in a grand scheme that I personally couldn't be more excited about. I know my wife is super excited about it, and I know the rest of the Common Senseless staff is excited about it, and we hope that you guys are excited about it. Now, what I want from my listening audience is this. I want you guys to email me at commonsenseless@rocketmail.com and just give me some of your opinions. What is it that, hey, this is where me and my kids struggle on a relationship basis of, okay, this is, I'm a mom and blank. This is where we struggle. Let me know, because those are the kind of things that we want to work into these books, where it's like, it's not, we want to be on the side of the parent who's trying to raise these kids to do the right things. That's my vision. That's where, you know what I mean? Like, as a young parent, I'm enthusiastic about all this, and I want to help other young parents, because I'm telling you, it's tough right now, because there are no really exceptionally well-made media outlets that I actually enjoyed when I was growing up. So email me, let me know what it is that you're struggling with your kid, and hopefully we can put something together that'll really help you out in the years to come. Again, that is commonsenseless@rocketmail.com. What is it that bugs you? What is it that just makes it to where you can't sleep at night? I want to hear about those things. It's commonsenseless@rocketmail.com. I don't know about you guys, but my wife's always telling me, hey, take out the trash. It's Sunday night. It's trash night. Take it out. Take it out. And next week, I'm having the lovely Andrea Depperschmidt on the show, and we're going to be taking out the trash.
That's all, folks.
I was thinking the other day, what if cartoons got saved? They start singing praise in a whole new way. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, what if cartoons got saved? They start singing praise in a whole new way. Yeah, yeah. Here's what I mean, listen to close. Fred and Wilma Flintstone sing Yabba Dabba Hallelujah. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, Scooby-Dooby-Doo-ya. And the Jetsons' dog named Astro, Rah-rah-rah-rah. 'Cause I was thinking the other day, what if cartoons got saved? They start singing praise in a whole new way. Yeah, yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cowabunga Hallelujah, dude. And there's Kermit the Frog here singing Hi Hallelujah. And that little bald guy Elmer Fudd, Hallelujah. 'Cause I was thinking the other day, what if cartoons got saved? They start singing praise in a whole new way. Oh, that big old Moose and his friend Rocky, Hallelujah. And our favorite bear named Yogi, hey, hallelujah. Then there's all those little blue guys, and they'd sing hallelujah.